Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Liam Douglas here, and in today's video we're going to do an unbox and review of the 𝐆𝐔𝐘𝐒 Pro 5K action camera. But before we get into all of that, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Okay, so as I mentioned before the intro, we're doing an unboxing review of the 𝐆𝐔𝐘𝐒 Pro 5K action camera. So let's go ahead and open up the box and see what we get inside. And we'll slide the little tray out here. First of all, we have, of course, the camera in a waterproof housing, which is handy, and it's even got one of the mounts on the bottom of it already. We have battery that's already in the camera and a spare battery, so they do give you two. And we have this handlebar style mount. We have a smartphone style mount right here. And we have some extra mounts here. This is a tripod mount. And this is similar to a tripod mount, but inverted. It's actually got the 1/4 screw already on it. So we'll put that down here. Then we have a plastic frame, microfiber cloth, the USB A to C charging cable. We have some adhesive action camera mounts. We have this little remote control that comes with it. And we have the remote control's wrist strap, another thumb screw, so there's a spare. And then, of course, we have the manual and the warranty paperwork. Now, this is one of the newer action cameras on the market. It's made by a Chinese manufacturer that makes the entire series of 𝐆𝐔 cameras. And if you've been a follower of the channel for any time now, you know I've done reviews on some of the other 𝐆𝐔 action cameras in the past. This one is their first 5K Ultra HD model. So let's go ahead and take it out of this waterproof housing here so you can get a better look at what the camera looks like. Oop, let me get it open here. And the only bad part about these waterproof housings is it's sometimes a little tricky to get the camera to come back out. There we go, we got it slid out. So here is the actual camera itself. And you can see it's fairly compact. It's got a screen on the front as well as a touch screen on the back. So let's go ahead and power it up here. Now, it does not come with a micro SD card, so you do have to provide your own. And if you want to use it in the water or around water, you're definitely going to want to have it in the waterproof housing because it does have an exposed SD card slot as well as USB-C charging slot on the side here that would allow moisture or water to get into the system. Now, the back screen is okay. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. It's a usable rear screen, but it is not a touch screen. So I got to correct myself on that. I think I said a moment ago it was a touch screen, and it is not. You actually have to use the power button on top and the OK button to get into the menus on it. And then there's up and down arrows on this end that allow you to scroll through the different options so that you can access different settings and stuff like that. Now, the menu here on the back, we have normal video, slow motion, loop recording, time lapse, normal photo, automatic photo, which sets the exposure automatically. We have burst photo, timing photo, and the Wi-Fi settings. You can pair this with an accompanying app that'll give you a live preview, and it does include a time and date stamp on the video footage, which is pretty nice. A lot of people like to have that, so it's definitely handy that they do include that option as well. But other than that, now the front screen, it looks like it's an actual screen, but I can't seem to find any way to actually activate it. So I don't know if it's just for display purposes or what the case is here. Let me go through and check. Yeah, I don't see any options on the back and any kind of settings to turn on that screen, so maybe it's just for looks. I noticed that it hadn't been doing anything while I was using the camera, so I guess it's strictly for looks at this point. I don't know what else you could actually use it for. But it's not a bad little camera. It's a decent little camera. It is 5K resolution. Now, this camera is going to be for somebody that needs an action camera and they're on a limited budget. I'll put a link to the camera down below on Amazon. It will be an affiliate link so you can check it out. And if you want to order one for yourself, you can. Now, I'm also going to include in this video some sample footage. Now, you'll notice in the sample footage that the time and date stamp is off whack, it's upside down, whatever the case may be. I had the camera mounted in my car using a windshield mount, and I had it upside down. And unfortunately, unlike GoPros and the Ace cameras from Insta360 and the DJI cameras, this one does not have the ability to automatically correct the footage. So if you have the camera upside down, it's going to shoot upside down and you're going to have to turn it right side up in post-processing, which is what I had to do. But I'll go ahead and share some of the sample video. I shot standard 5K video with it, as well as some slow motion footage that you can check out for yourself. And I also did some stills photographs with the camera so you could see for yourself how well it works. I'll go ahead and share that footage now so that you can see it with your own eyes. Okay, now I wanted to shoot this segment of sample video so you could see for yourself how well the camera performs out here in a semi-low light conditions. Of course, this camera, like many of the less expensive action cameras, isn't going to be that great in a low light situation. And I'm also recording this clip so you can hear for yourself how well the built-in microphone works. And of course, like most action cameras, the built-in microphones are going to be mediocre at best. Okay, so now you've gotten to see for yourself some sample footage, both video and still footage from this inexpensive action camera. I even gave you a sample segment here at this picnic table where I'm sitting so you could get an idea of its performance in low light, which of course, like most inexpensive action cameras, low light performance is going to be abysmal, to be honest. And so you could also get an idea of what the built-in microphones sound like. And again, like most action cameras, the internal mics aren't that spectacular. You're not going to get good, crisp quality audio. You would want to use a separate audio device with this camera. I don't see anywhere in the menus, because there are very, very basic menus that basically just give you the various camera settings for different shooting styles. I didn't see any kind of option in the settings to use an external microphone plugged into the USB-C port, so you would have to use some sort of external recorder or the DJI 2 mic system like I have and set it to record internally to its built-in storage and then sync the audio up with your video in post-production so that you could get good audio to go with your video footage. So again, this is an inexpensive action camera, low quality. In good daylight, it works okay. It's nothing to write home about, but again, for $50, what do you expect? However, If you're someone that's just getting started out doing content creation, or you just need an inexpensive action camera so you don't have to worry about if it gets destroyed while you're out mountain biking or hiking or something else like that, and you're not going to have to worry about being out a lot of money if this thing gets damaged out in the field, then maybe this is the route you want to go. For myself personally, I prefer to stick with the better name brand action cameras like the Insta360 Ace Pro that I have, and my X3 from Insta360, my Go 3S. Those are all fantastic cameras. I've used the GoPros for many years in the past, as well as the DJI Osmo action cameras, the 3 and the 4 in the Osmo Action series. And I also have my Osmo Pocket 3, of course, which I'm shooting this video on today. So, who is this camera for? Well, anybody that might need an inexpensive action camera to record their life while they're out doing extreme sports and things like that, or you're out diving and you want an inexpensive camera that you can take underwater with you, then yeah, maybe this is the camera for you. To be honest, in my opinion, I would pass on something this cheap. You're better off probably going on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or eBay and picking yourself up a older generation used GoPro or DJI Osmo action camera, or a used Insta360 camera. I think any of those three cameras from any of those three brands would better serve you than this cheap $50 Chinese knockoff. I'm just being totally honest with you. All right, that's going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch it. Please remember to subscribe down below, turn on all notifications, and I will see you in the next video.